Yeah, I'm gonna go catch the game. Excited to see those guys play. So, yeah, heard a lot about them.
Who are you going with?
I got Duke. I got Duke.
No, I'm saying who are you going to the game with? Taking any teammates?
Going with my family. Yeah. So I think some guys are going, but we'll probably see each other there.
How do you feel about where the offense is at as you head into the bye week?
Yeah, I think feels good to get a win on Sunday. I think that was important for us to be able to run the ball like we did and kind of control the line of scrimmage. I think the guys up front did a great job with that. So, yeah, I mean, I think overall we've played games differently based on the opponent, based on kind of what the opportunity is, and I think that's encouraging that we can do different things as a group. We have a lot of guys who can make plays, so continue to work on that, continue to work through the stuff we need to correct, but I think we've got a good group and excited for the rest of the season.
Daniel, how much, as you guys have gone game to game and kind of changed your offense to fit your opponent and the game plan, how much input, like unique input, have you been giving, or are you allowed to give on making suggestions like, let's add something we haven't done all season, but I think this can work? Like, how much of that have you done?
Yeah, here and there. I think, I'm a player in my third year versus, coaches who've been around the game a lot longer than me, seen a lot. So, I feel like there's times I can give my input and kind of what I think, but, it's always a conversation. We're always talking about it, but, most of the game plan comes from the coaches and what they see, and I think they've done a great job with it.
I'm sure you saw.
I used to say that there were he'd have a meeting with the coaches on Friday or something. He said, these are the throws I'm comfortable with. Is that something you do?
Yeah, me and Coach Garrett talk on Fridays and kind of go through the call sheet, how we see it, what plays we like, what plays we don't like, I let him know based on the week of practice, based on film study, obviously what you like going into the game.
I'm sure you saw Saquon opening up out there and running pretty fast and looking pretty good. What did you think of how he looked?
Yeah, I was actually inside kind of doing some recovery stuff. So, but talking to him, I think he's, I know he's working hard and doing everything he can to get back. So, he's been doing good, I think.
What's your self-assessment for the first half of the season? On yourself, I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think overall, I think a lot of the things I wanted to do better. I think I've done some of them, and that's been encouraging. I think at times I can be better protecting the ball and getting it out quicker. I think those are things I'm always focused on. So just being more consistent with that and continuing to work to improve.
Do you feel like getting healthy is the most important thing that this team can do this bye week?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. Certainly, we've dealt with a number of injuries, and this gives us a chance for guys to work to get back. You never know what's going to happen, but I know guys are working hard, like we said, to get back. So got to take advantage of the time.
Is it a misconception to think that Saquon comes back, Kenny and Kadarius and Shep and everybody's back, that suddenly you guys become the Rams? I mean, is that going too far?
I don't know. We're not focused on being anybody else or, Yeah, we are who we are and who we've practiced to be, who we've shown to be, and I think you mentioned getting some guys back that are big time players for us. So we'll continue to work and game plan and work to improve every week. But there's certainly some difference makers in that group.
But having those guys back, though, does it make defenses react differently in the sense that if you only had Shep on the field, couldn't they double him all the time and limit your options?
Yeah, I mean, I think the more the more guys you have like that, the harder it is on a defense. But I think, like we've said, the guys who've stepped up have done a great job for us and have played really well at key spots. So we'll continue to work that and work through that and play with what we got.
Brandon, do you obviously had one of the best moments of your whole football career there. You won that huge game 2 years ago. Did you save the ball from that game a couple of years ago? Do you have anything from that game that you could?
I don't know if I have the. I don't know if I saved the ball or not.
I don't know if you got the game ball.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think I have my jersey though.
Your jersey.
What do you remember about that game, though? Like, what sticks out to you? 3 years later?
I think just that second half. First half obviously wasn't great. We did a couple things, but the second half and kind of just catching rhythm, making plays. The final drive I think was the thing I'll remember the most.
Just totally changed the tone of the game against them last year. Was that sort of like the low point for you, personally?
Yeah, it wasn't a great game for sure, and definitely things I could have done better, things I learned from. Whether it was the low point, I don't know, but I think protecting the ball was big in that game, and we didn't do that great.
Well, it seemed like the change after the game, you really cut back on the turnovers. I don't know if you put the line right there, that's where it started, but was that? Yeah.
I think there were several key plays in that game I learned from, and mistakes that we talked about not making anymore, and that were, I think so. That was an important game from a learning standpoint and protecting the ball.
Daniel, you guys started 1-7 last year, put something together in the second half, and played meaningful games all the way up until the end. Did that help this year when you guys were 1-5 and kind of staying focused on there's still a lot to play for? Because now I look up, you've won 2 out of 3, and that's all it took to get back into the idea where you guys could be in the playoff hunt.
I think obviously a lot of guys around here this year from last year and kind of leaning on some of that experience, but I think it's just a credit to guys staying focused on 1 week at a time and making sure we're locked into what we're doing and to prepare that week, and that's the approach we got to take going into Tampa as well, kind of focus on what we're doing and not get outside of that, not try to see a bigger picture, but focus on preparing that week.
What's your approach the next few days? I know you have another practice again tomorrow, but do you want to just take time completely away, or do you still come in and work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? What's your approach to that?
I'll take a little bit of time. Away. I'll try to get ahead here early in the week and look at some of the Tampa stuff, but as we get to the weekend, try to take some time away and relax a little bit.
Do you do any coaches are talking about they do a lot of self-scouting. Do you do that? Do you look back at the first 9 games?
Yeah, we've started that. I think that was a big part of today, and will continue to be tomorrow. So, yeah, looking at that, looking at myself and what I can do better.
Daniel, when you were in high school, college, developing, how much work does it take to, when you're about to get hit, still step into the throw? How much do you have to train your mind to do that? Is that something that you've always been good at, stepping into it even though you're taking a shot?
I think that's part of the job. I think it's easier to do it when you know someone's going to be open and you're kind of waiting for the last possible second to make the throw. But that's part of it is being able to do that, being able to know it's coming and deliver an accurate ball. So. The guys on the other side are good in this league and, good at getting to the quarterback, so you got to be able to do that.